Hello everyone, Anna here. Today I just want to talk about Samurai Jack. Okay, if you haven't watched the episodes, don't watch this because I'm going to talk about the seven daughters of Aku. So if you don't like stuff like this, click away or else stay. Yeah, here we go. 3, 2, 1. So today I would like to talk about that I feel that the seven daughters of Aku is actually representing the seven deadly sins. Now, the only one that I'm 100% sure of the sin is actually Arshi, that I feel is representing the lust, or how to say that, the sin of lust. And I do feel like she's representing this because not only is she the, I will not say the bad one in the start, but she, gets better and better, and she actually overcomes her other sisters. And there is this where Samurai Jack is actually meeting all of the sisters and stuff like that. I do believe that there is a reason why Ashi is not getting killed. Yes, she is getting hurt, but as we see that she is the last one of the seven deadly sins that Samurai Jack can actually not do anything about. And I actually feel like it's representing that Jack is actually fighting his sins, or how to say that. So lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, and pride, and stuff like that. And I do believe that the first daughter that is killed is actually sloth, or how to say that, because I don't believe that I have seen any episode where Samurai Jack has a problem with sloth. But who am I to actually say this? I do believe that the weapon also that Arshi has, I know that it's not a scythe, but I'm going to call it a scythe with a chain and something in the end. I'll put a link to the original weapon down below so you can go and see it, but I can't for the life of me pronounce that name, so yeah. It's just going to call it a scythe. I do believe that it's very good weapon to actually represent the lust that Jack will get for Arshi. There's also like times where her chains are very long and where they're very short if you look very closely into the episode. And there's also a time where she gets herself tangled in her own chains, which actually represents lust being bounded up, or being kept in, or how to say that. And we all know that Samurai Jack actually has a problem with lust, or love in this case. As we have seen, he talks with Ashi later in the episodes about her being the first, her first, his first love, or how to say that without sounding weird. But they're, getting married and stuff like that, but not quite anyways. And I'm sorry for spoilers, but I warned you in the start that I was going to talk about the daughters of Aku, and Ashi is really the one that I feel is representing her seven deadly sin very nicely. Also, there is the before they went on to the island and Arshi drops the weapon, there is a scene with Jack actually breaking the chains of, and there's also scene where they're climbing up somewhere, and Jack have to bind Arshi with the chain and have her in the chain a little bit far from him, or how to say that, because he is not ready yet for her to get close. But when she gets close on the island, and her weapon is broken, her the last thing that is left is the upper part, the scythe thing. uh, yeah, and we see that she drops the weapon after she sees that Samurai Jack doesn't kill the ladybug. And I actually feel like this is the scene where lust actually gives in to Jack, or Jack gives into his lust, or how to say that. And I know that it sounds very convoluted, but hear me out. There's the episode where there's this thing falling from the sky, this black thing, where there's this room inside, and there's this monster that is trying to kill, Arshi, and Samurai Jack, of course, and it's made out of these leeches. Now, I do believe that this episode is actually representing sex. And after seeing the episode one more time, I was definitely thinking about that there's a lot of, I will not say synonyms, but a lot of, things that represent sex and, getting release of your lust, or how to say that, with them actually at last kissing. But also, the having a weapon that needs a certain code for it to actually work, but neither Jack or Arshi knows how it's actually going to go off, and it ends with Jack actually in sort of chance actually makes it work, and they're both covered in these leeches and almost making sex noises to each other, and then the weapon releases and all of this electricity is killing all of the leeches, but it's also putting electricity onto Arshi and Samurai Jack. And I feel like this is showing the climax of, sex, or how to say that. I know that maybe I'm looking too deep into the episodes, and I'm looking too deep into what I feel that the seven sisters or seven daughters is actually representing. But I do feel like the weapons are actually showing what sin they actually are. I think that it's very clever with the chains that can be broken, and Arshi actually rubbing off her black skin that she got from when she was smaller, and or how to say that, younger child. I do believe that when she does this, lust becomes love, or how to say that, she becomes more than she actually willing to accept, or how to say that, because sometimes love is very strong and not something you can actually explain, it just happens. So I do believe her actually washing off her what is that, background, or her lineage, or how to say that, is also representing that she is now ready to move on, and she is ready to actually be free and be with Jack and stuff like that. So I do believe that Arshi actually fell in love with Samurai Jack, and then Jack fell in love with Arshi, when we see that Jack actually is fighting to get Arshi out of the black goop that Aku actually made to actually surround her, or how to say that. The only thing I will say that could have freed her earlier was if they, had a, I will not say, instead of walking into the desert, maybe, Jack could have taking the lead, or how to say, I don't know. Maybe they were waiting until marriage, but come on, you guys, like, I don't know, it's maybe it's not something they can show in a kids show, and I do understand, but there's just so much more that they are showing, blood and destruction and all of this. Why not have a pleasant scene where they're actually together? I don't know, maybe it was too much to ask for, and I should be happy with the episode that where the monster is actually representing the sex, or how to say that. And that is also why they can't escape it. They both want each other and stuff like that. But please tell me what you think about this in the description down below. And I will also say that the writer is, of course, deaf, and I will not go into details why I feel like this is. But I remember getting chills up my spine every time I see the writer. So, but I really do feel like Arshi is representing lust. But let me know in the comments down below what you feel the other daughters are representing, or do you feel like Arshi is representing something else? Am I looking too deep into all of this? Let me know in the comments down below. Yeah, that was actually all. Do remember that inspiration is right around the corner. Do remember to take care of yourself and loved ones. And that was actually all. Yeah, okay, bye.